welcome to my channel. I'm Rosa Maria. Today I have a wonderful, simplest, easy sewing project to make today, and this is great for beginners. And the sewing project we're going to be making today is learning how to make a baby blanket. I just want to take a second and show you a baby blanket that I made for a family member that requested one for their baby crib. So this is a wonderful project, I have to say, because you can make one for your own baby at home, and also you can make it for friends and family. And also, if you have an Etsy store, you can make a lot of these baby blankets and sell them online and make some extra money. On the below description box, I just wanted to mention I provided different cutting guides if you want to make a baby blanket for the crib, the stroller, receiving blanket, and also for a toddler. But keep in mind, you can still customize the blankets according to your needs too. So I just wanted to mention that too. So let's get started on this sewing project. Here are the materials you're going to be needing to make this sewing project. Here we have 100% cotton quilt fabric, and here we have a nice minky dot fabric. It's super soft and it's a comfortable fabric. You'll be needing your pair of scissors, a rotary cutter, I can't even pronounce that, if you have one. You can use a erasable pen or a friction pen, a seam ripper, and also a thread nipper, some sewing pins, and I have here two coordinating thread. This one will be for the cotton fabric, and this one will be for the minky fabric. Okay, here you're going to see that I have my minky fabric with the dots facing up, and here you're going to see my cotton fabric over here with the printed side facing down. And I cut my printed cotton fabric first. The measurements that I used to cut was 30 inches by 28. I cut the print cotton fabric first, and then I have some extra minky fabric. And just keep in mind that the minky fabric, it's very stretchy, it's wonky, it will shift and move, and that's the reason why I did not want to cut the minky fabric with exact size measurement as the printed. I just wanted to lay them both facing each other and gently smooth anything out, just smooth it. And once I'm able to smooth it, then it'll be much easier for me to start to cut these extra raw edges out and cut them exact size as the printed fabric. So to do that, we're going to do that right now. So I'm going to start to cut. I got to make sure that I don't cut the printed cotton fabric. Just continue cutting it, take your time, and cut all around. I finished cutting the minky fabric all around to measure exactly 30 inches by 28 inches. Now that I've done that, I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to mark 6 inches. And the reason why I'm marking 6 inches is going to make it much easier for me to turn the fabric inside out. And I'm going to take my sewing pins I'm going to put here 2, and the reason why I put 2 sewing pins here is because in the past I have completely forgot that I had to leave a 6-inch opening, and I continue to sew all around. So this is going to remind me that this is where I have to pay attention. This is where I'm going to start to sew, and this is where I'm going to be ending. So continue pinning your both fabrics together all around. And when you finish doing that, then we can go to the sewing machine, and then I can show you how to start sewing this fabric together. Okay? Okay, we're here at the sewing machine. Make sure that you use a walking foot. Walking foot is great because it will allow the material to sew through quickly when you're sewing a straight line. And also make sure that you have your minky fabric on the bottom and the cotton fabric on top. And I'm going to start over here. This is where I made my little markings, where I'm going to start to sew, and I'm going to line it up. Okay, let me see, line it up right to the edge of the fabric over here. I'm going to back stitch to secure the fabric. And as I continue to sew, I'm going to remove the pins out of the way. I am getting closer here to the end here. And I'm going to lift a foot presser and pivot the fabric. Okay, it still needs a couple of more stitches. Let me move it back in place and manually do 2 stitching or 1 stitching. Let's see how this goes. Pivoting again. Okay, this is great. And I'm going to continue to sew now. I'm sewing all the way to the end. And then you're going to do the same thing as I did to the other side. You're going to pivot and continue sewing straight. And this is a great way to practice your straight stitching. And once you finish sewing the other 2 sides, then I'll show you the next step that needs to be done. Now I'm going to do is open the opening and put my hands through and pull the inside fabric out. And when I'm doing this, I want to make sure that I use my fingers to poke the corners out. Now that this is done, the area where I have the opening, I am going to make sure it's lined up nicely, and I'm going to pin it. You can use your fingers to kind of roll it out and make sure it's nicely and smooth. And then we're going to go back to the sewing machine. And what I'm going to do is I am going to stitch all around, especially to close this opening. So let's go back to the sewing machine to finish the sewing. Okay, I'm here at the sewing machine. I'm going to start to stitch across the opening, back stitch, I forgot to mention that I put some clips all around the fabric. Again, the reason why I did that when I'm sewing, I just want to make sure that the minky and the cotton fabric doesn't shift and move. So I want to make sure that they're both even. And once I finish sewing it, the fabric will be nice and smooth. Coming to the end, I'm going to lift the foot presser and pivot. Do some shifting here and continue sewing. And again, you're going to do the same thing to this side. So continue sewing and finishing the other two ends, and then we'll meet back at the table. We finished sewing the baby blanket. If you have any thread sticking out, just use your little clipper here to snip it off. This is beautifully is done. We just finished making our baby blanket. We finally finished making our baby blanket. I really hope you enjoy this tutorial. If you do like it, please give it a thumbs up or share it with your friends and family. And also in the description box, I also listed all the materials needed and where you can purchase them. So hopefully soon. Okay. We finally completed our baby blanket project, which is great. I hope you all enjoy watching this video, and if you do enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up. Or if you're not a subscriber to this channel, please click on the subscribe button. And also there is a bell next to it. Click on that and YouTube will notify you every time I upload a new video. So in the description below, I just wanted to mention also I listed all the materials and the supplies that you need, and also where you can purchase it. So hopefully until next time, see you. Bye.